And everyone, to the Dogs Down South podcast. I'm your host, Ted Turner. I'm here with my man Fish tonight, and we're going to have a really good show, man. We got a lot to cover. Overreaction. Didn't have the overreaction show because life happens, moving happens, but we're going to talk Tennessee. We're going to talk overreactions. We're going to talk all things Georgia football. Thanks for joining tonight. It's going to be an incredible night. So let's get into it. Man, Fish, so much to talk about. I want to get your take first. A lot of people are overreacting about certain things. The Tennessee game, they're sitting there, second guessing what they said about what was going to happen at the Tennessee game. But I know this is long overdue. I'm gonna let you jump in first. Give me your reaction about the Tennessee game. Let me know what you thought, top to bottom. I'm here. I'm here for it, man.
Dude, after that whole Saturday slate, man, I had to go see my cardiologist. I had to make an early appointment
Yeah, yeah,
because, oh my God, dude, from Tech to Clemson, that fireman drill they ran at the end of that game,
yeah.
Tech getting the upset, what seems like an upset right now, but it might not be because Clemson might not be what everybody thinks they were supposed to be.
Right.
Um, then our game, dude, it was so many like ebbs and flows and ups and downs. It was a roller coaster. You know, they
Right.
marched down the field, you know, first drive, and I'm like, oh Lord,
Right.
here we go. We've seen this movie before. Last year Georgia Alabama, we've seen it.
Right.
And then Georgia marches back down, and Gunner first play of offense, man, like just alleviated all the crap that
Hmm.
people had been talking, just negated all the stuff that people had been saying,
Hmm.
or I don't know if it was, he can't make these throws, but we haven't seen it yet.
Hmm.
So he just went ahead and showed everybody that, oh, I can do this. I can make
Yeah.
these throws. And it wasn't just a one time thing, 'cause he did it on several other occasions throughout the game, in some big pressure packed situations on the road, 100 and however many thousand people yelling at you that want you to fail, want you to suck, and then he
Right.
just drops it in a bucket in the corner of the end zone in the fourth quarter, to tie up the game. And I think my worry has shifted from offense to defense
Mm.
because we got outside of Everett, dude. Like our secondary are they're babies,
Hmm.
they're young, and this is kind of like their trial by fire year. Like that game, that's what that was. And well, Daniel Harris, that one play where he got where he got beat, he jumped up, and I think if he doesn't tip that ball, it's an incomplete pass.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
think he tipped it back to the
Yeah.
receiver. I don't remember his name, Brazer, whatever
Brazel.
it is, Brazel.
Brazel. Yeah. Brazel.
And that kid is good, by the way. I
Yeah.
think, but I
Tulane
also think
transfer.
I
Tulane
also
transfer.
think we made him look good.
Hmm.
We
Yeah.
made him look better, not him. Well, Aguilar. I think we
Hmm.
made him look better than he actually might be because we were in position to make plays on several of
Hmm.
those deep balls, and they were either falling down or throwing up, trying to swat the ball way too early before the ball even get there. Dude, turn around and look.
Right.
Whip your head around and find the ball. Like I'm sure that Kirby's teaching them that.
Right.
But they have to go out there and actually do it. You
Right.
know, and there were just several uncharacteristic mistakes on defense. Our D line looked all right. I
Yeah.
think, you know, I think we did okay against the run, but they killed us with the pass. Like we made Aguilar look like Joe Montana. I mean Peyton Manning. Sorry, that's a better reference. You know, but
Yeah.
I like I said, my worry has shifted. Like I'm not really concerned about the offense, as long as Bobo keeps it up and remains consistent. When we can do that every game, because we're going to play better secondaries than that in the coming weeks. Because
Right.
Bama's secondary is going to be better than what we saw. I mean, I
Hmm.
don't know. They said they were out. Their two starters were out, but how good were their backups? I
Right.
think their backups actually played pretty well. You know, and they were
Yeah.
missing some guys, but they recruit at a high level just like we do. So the guys that are coming back in, you know, have the skill.
Right.
Maybe not the experience,
Mm.
but sometimes if you're really good, that trumps experience.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. And then the A&M Notre Dame game was great, down to the wire. That was
Yeah.
another nail biter, dude. I mean, just it was a great day of football, man.
Yeah.
Great Saturday. One of the best Saturdays I've experienced in a while.
Yeah. It was good, man. And as we kind of start this overreaction first part of our show tonight that normally happens on Monday, I love to start the overreaction Monday, as we're going to call it today, overreaction Thursday on a bye week with just a profound statement. I want to jump right out there and just say this because I'm going to drop this clip onto TikTok, and I'm ready for it. TikTok, if you're joining tonight, welcome in. If you're joining on Facebook, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, Spotify,
All
um,
the things.
everyone, hear me out on this one. Every fan out there needs to understand. Shut your mouth about Kirby Smart. Stop doubting Kirby Smart. Stop asking the question, what is Kirby doing? Why aren't we doing this? Why does the offense look like this against Austin Peay? Why does the defense look like this? We suck in the back half. We At the end of the day, the first comment I will say is Kirby Smart is a dog, and he does it the best in all areas of the business. He does it the best with the media. He does it the best with scheme. I mean, you can't say, Fish, that Georgia was not prepared for Tennessee. We love to sit there and throw that out there. I was watching the game, and I'm on a couple threads on Facebook, and I have a lot of TikTok we have a lot of TikTok followers on Dogs Down South, which thank you for following. But I just want to get it out there today that we are an overreacting fan base. We really are. The sky is constantly falling. It's like if Bobo's finally called the game of his life. The game of his life, man. We had 11 new like style settings of offense that we threw at Tennessee. We ran 87, I think 87 or 88 according to Georgia stats.
Hmm.
87 or 88 plays on offense. What in the hell? Who would have thought that? Going from a team that averages anywhere from 55 to 65 a game. And mind you, the third quarter, we ran the majority of those plays were run plays, Fish.
Yeah.
So I just want to jump out there. First off, big overreaction. Our fans love overreacting and questioning Kirby every time you talk. And Kirby and this team went to Neyland that I'm gonna be honest with you, we didn't have a lot of red and black in that stadium, Fish.
No, not at all.
I there was a rumor that went out there that everybody went on the boards and said, um, if you have tickets and you are a Tennessee fan, do not sell your tickets to Georgia fans. If you do, and they give the whole you're not a real Tennessee fan. I even
Yeah.
heard parts of rumors that there was a couple of high rollers that said, "Don't sell your tickets. I'll buy them. I'll buy
Hmm.
them and just give them." I mean, I heard so many rumors about we are not going to do this Georgia takeover at Neyland. We're not going to do it. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. Whatever it did worked because we had a small amount of red and black in that corner end zone, and
Yeah.
it was checkered, man. And that was probably so far this year, and will be the most hostile environment Georgia will play in. And to
They
see
won't see.
that team go into Neyland, third game of the year, first SEC opener, and just come out with a win through adversity. I mean, how cool was that? I sat there watching the night games just with that feeling of, okay, man, we got some things to work on. But we went into Neyland against a damn good Tennessee team with
Yeah.
questions on offense from all of our fan base, questions on defense now coming out of the game from our fan base. And we got a victory, man. We find a way to win again. Like, that was crazy. Do you agree?
Yeah, dude. That was an incredible game and an incredible win. Whoever
Yeah.
came out of the other side,
Yeah.
was gonna have accomplished something huge. I mean, and plus a double for us, dude, because that atmosphere was nuts. And it seems
Yeah.
to be whenever the last couple of years, whenever Georgia and game day are in the same place at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
they're always like taking jabs at us. It seems like they're rooting against us. Even Kirk Herbstreit was like, I hope Aguilar comes out here and has a great game. I'm like, why would you say that?
Right. Right.
Like, that's not your job. You're
Yeah.
not supposed to be a cheerleader, and it's not like his story is filled with a bunch of
Yeah.
hardships and stuff like that. He's just been bouncing around from school to school
Yeah.
because we live in a day and age where that's okay.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have been able to do
Game
that
day
10
is a
years ago.
dog and pony show, bro. Game day is a dog and
Dude,
pony show. It
I
is.
watch
It's
Nation. I don't. Corso's gone. Game
yeah.
day's gone for me. Like,
Yeah.
I watch Nation now. I have no
It's a dog
reason
and
to
pony
watch
show.
game day anymore.
Yeah. Pat McAfee, I have a feeling he's only going to pick if it's a home game. I mean, we all know that Pat McAfee is they're trying to put him and plug him into, the Corso headgear picks and the
Mhm.
crazy. Nobody will ever take that. So they're, obviously they're trying to fit it into another, I don't know, way of doing it. But,
Yeah.
I don't want to spend too much time on game day, but I agree with you, man. Like it's a dog and pony show. I mean, and in all honesty, I think the two picks, I mean, Herbstreit did pick Georgia. I think he, it's one of those things, man. Like you just you pick for Kirby until something gives you like. I'll tell you, there's the curse of Bama will be on everybody's mind. It's coming up week. I mean,
Yep.
I think Georgia will still be favored, but I think the curse of Bama will be a closer favorite from Vegas. I think that there'll be a lot of people. I'm sure Nation will be at that game, if not game day again. Game day has not been in Athens yet.
Yep.
And the way Arch Manning looks right now, I don't know where the hell Texas will be in October. So, it wouldn't be beside me that you don't see Nation and game day next week in Athens, right? So, and you know what? McAfee will sing the "Who's That Coming Down the Tracks." He'll follow the dog and pony show, and it will be what it is. Georgia came out
Literally
with
the dog and pony
a
show.
big performance in overtime. Tennessee's Joey Aguilar was he had 371 yards, 4 TDs, 2 INTs. Chris Brazel for Tennessee, huge day, 6 catches, 177 yards, 3 touchdowns. Momentum swings back and forth.
Oh my God.
Yeah, momentum swings back and forth. Max Gilbert, obviously, towards the end of the game, that the kick heard around, that Saturday the 12th. Misses
Dude,
the field goal with 7 seconds, and then OT, and then we take it away in OT.
all that debacle right there towards the end, man, you can go ahead and blame Heupel for that kid missing that kick.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have a parent that at my school that used to be a kicker, and he's a Georgia fan, and we talked. Like, he played semi-pro at college. He played at a high level. So we were talking about it, and it's like you can see it. Like, Heupel sitting there, and it's just taking so long. Like, that last 45 seconds just took forever, and that kid's just walking around, and
Right.
the camera's following him. And then you see him, he gets himself ready, and then he walks out there. He's walking around with a purpose, and he finds Heupel, and he walks up to Heupel. Heupel talks to him for a second, and I don't know what he said, but he made him go kick one more. And so the kid walks over there, kicks that thing, and then he comes back, and he doesn't look the same after that. Like you can see it in his face. I mean, because his eyes are he's like a deer in the headlights, just walking around on the sideline because he knows, and the pressure's building. And that was his first ever fourth quarter tying or go-ahead field goal attempt ever.
Yeah.
So, the pressure was on that kid, man, and I think Heupel messed him up. I think Heupel cost himself that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, he dead redded the thing in OT and to go in OT. Same kick, dead redded it. I mean, I don't know, man. I will tell you, I was telling my wife, I was like, there was a similar situation. I don't know how many years back, where I'm sitting here, hat on backwards, and we're up, and it's a bomb into the end zone, and all we got to do is knock it down, and Tennessee catches the ball, and we lose. And I probably walked around my parking lot at my house for 2 solid hours going, what just happened?
Yep.
And I literally said to her, I said, can we just get one of those to come our way, right? Can we just get one of those? And he missed the field goal, and I'm like, and I literally looked and I said, you gotta nail in the coffin now. Like, you gotta impose your will right here. If they get the ball, you got to make Aguilar really nervous. But man, crazy ending. Georgia finds a way to win, man. I mean, the guts of that team, the guts of Gunnar Stockton, Nate Frazier. If you see the block from Micah Morris that sprung that Frazier run, reminded me a little bit of the little nuance of Sony Michel, Oklahoma
Dude, it looked
OT.
just like that last play of the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
Where for the walk-off touchdown.
Yeah.
Man, it looked very, very similar to that. Like, exactly. I had the same thought.
Yeah, put that jersey on either one of them. It looks very familiar. Who's making
Yep.
that block? Micah Morris made an incredible block. I think the line went through some things. We're going to talk about it, but let's talk about it real quick. So, what are we overreacting about? I talked about this already. I let the cat out of the bag, but I think we're questioning Kirby a lot. Stockton, Bobo, defensive edge to NIL. Did we go out and get dudes? Right? Are we passing on dudes? I mean, Texas has spent a lot of money, thrown a lot of Lambos out there, and I will say it till the cows come home. No pun intended. But Arch Manning looks terrible. He looks terrible. And
why is he throwing the ball sidearm?
I think he's hurt. I think he's hurt,
so?
and they're not wanting to let it go. But I called this, man. This hype for this kid is not healthy for him. They hyped him up like it just didn't do him any justice. And I would think right now, if you look back, people were like, man, would you be in a situation that Arch Manning should be the quarterback at Georgia right now? Because do you realize the only reason that I've heard that Arch Manning is not the quarterback at Georgia now is because he felt like he could be seen less in a city like Austin. Obviously, Athens being a college town, walking around the streets, Arch Manning can't get by without being seen. Austin, big, huge Austin. It's a little bit easier. But I've heard that's the only reason that he's not a dog right now.
Dude, it doesn't matter where you go now. Like, everybody has a camera in their pocket.
Yeah.
So you're going to be
agree.
seen wherever you go.
You
can go to Ellaville or Plains. They're going to find you.
Yeah. I mean, so I'll be honest with you, I just think we overreact so many times when it comes to Kirby. And I sit on these threads. It's probably not good for me, but I sit on these threads and I listen to these old timers, man, and these guys and ladies that just sit there and say the stupidest stuff. The stupidest stuff. They're like, why? I wish I could just read some of the comments off right now. Why are we doing that? Why are we in this defense? Why are we in that? We're gonna talk about what happened, and I'll give every person listening tonight some great avenues to go and check out some really great comments from some really great people that break down every parts of the game if you want to go see it. But what we put on tape at the Tennessee game was some good stuff, man. Our run game right now is performing at a very, very high level. That was a really good defense, and I think that was a really good front. And I think, I'm also tired of myself a little bit. I'm sick and tired of like kind of second guess. Well, if I say this, are we going to look good against this? No, we look really good in the run game. The offense looked really good. Mike Bobo, another overreaction. 87 plays against Tennessee with 11 new formation play scenarios, 38 points in regulation. A team that I now consider to be, I think Tennessee's a top 5, if not top 3 team in the SEC. That's just me, right? I think they're a playoff contender.
As of right now,
38 points in regulation, 44 points. And if you would have told me, I'm going to ask you this question, Fish. If I would have told you Tennessee's going to score 41, do we win or lose?
Lose. The way our offense has been looking. Yeah.
I think if you look at Austin Peay and Marshall, and I tell you Tennessee's going to score 41 points on us, you're going to look at me and go, we don't have a chance. Right. We don't have a chance, and we don't have a chance. Offense was stupid, crazy good on Saturday. Defense, okay. I heard you said it too. I think the words are suspect and vulnerable in some areas, but we're going to talk about in a minute how we can, why those things happen and how we can get better in that and what's happening this week as we speak. Tennessee gashed us on some big plays, right? Third quarter especially. But if you look at it, and I want you to dive into this, Greg, I think this is an overreaction. I like Joey Aguilar. Don't get me wrong. But those deep balls, Fish, they weren't good deep balls, man. No. Matter of fact, the first throw that we fell on, that Ellis Robinson fell, that thing was a duck. Like it could have. If Ellis doesn't fall, it's a pick.
If he turns around, turn around, find the ball, put his hands up, like completely 180 because he's running. If he stops or jumps, spins or whatever, yeah, the ball's right there.
Yeah.
Like the dude, the ball's way underthrown. The guy doesn't have a chance, but he has to stop. And then Ellis, I guess, tripped over his feet or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, but he went up for the ball way too soon and he didn't look at the ball.
Yeah.
So I think it would have been pass interference if it wasn't a touchdown. I don't know. I don't remember if they threw a flag on that or not.
Yeah.
But it looked bad. It just looked bad. But
But
that's coachable.
here's the thing too. Listen to this, Fish. On those 3 plays, we just gotta have our head in the game, man. PI, bro. Tackle him to the ground, 15 yards. Live to play another day.
Yeah.
Easy. When you're beat, use the rules. Use the rules for you, right? I mean, yeah, NFL doesn't work, but if you're going to give me 15 yards and I live to play another day, and I'm sure Kirby's telling them that this week. I'm like, look, our end game is obviously not to get beat like that, but Kyron Jones blew the over-the-top coverage. Ellis, it was the perfect storm. I don't think that one was going to change. Ellis blew the coverage, fell down. Kyron Jones should have been over top, wasn't there. We came out. The excitement was, from what I understand, it was that. I mean, there was a lot of conversation about how hard it was to communicate. That place was loud, Fish. Like when I say loud, that they said it was excruciating loud, especially at the beginning of the game. Aguilar and Tennessee had just driven the field, scored on us 7-0. I'm sorry, had just hit us for a couple of routes underneath. They were in hurry up, and we were trying to communicate, and they busted us. Kyron Jones missed it. Ellis fell, and here we are. But then later on in the third quarter, where I feel like 27-21 happened, and we were in control. Those are plays that you got to look and go, we're up 27-21, man. You got to tackle him to the ground, take 15, and go. Field goal doesn't hurt us right here. We live to play another down. Defense is playing really well against the run. So I don't know, man. And then last thing I have on here is, Georgia still found I think where the overreaction is that that a lot of fans are looking at and going, man, we just didn't look like the same team in some areas that we need to, and they're going to contribute this to Alabama, because I don't know if you looked at it. 21-7 was on us a little bit against Tennessee. Does that score sound familiar? Last year, Alabama, 21 points. I think we're overreacting on that because this is a little bit different scenario coming up next week, right? How long? I don't know how this has happened, Fish, but how long have they kept Alabama from Athens? How long, man?
When was the last time they were in Athens? 2000. Geez, I don't know, but I remember it was raining.
Make sure and Google it, because I'd love to know. Because I will tell you this: it's been a damn long time since Alabama has stepped into to Athens.
Yeah.
So my thing is this: it's like we grew up. Gunner grew up on the road at Neyland, tough SEC game. Alabama has been under pressure, and I saw what pressure did with a crowd that's not going to be near as loud as Athens will be in Tallahassee. And I've just it's okay for Bama to look great against. I mean, we all knew that they were going to dog walk the next 2 opponents, right?
Yep. Oh yeah.
They put a hell of a lot of stuff on tape though when they dog walk those opponents. I don't know how it's going to bode for them, And I think they needed it. I think Ty Simpson looked really, really good against Wisconsin. But man, they threw the kitchen sink at Wisconsin, man. I don't know if you saw the playbook. I saw the replay on it last night, and they threw everything at Wisconsin. I mean,
I recorded the game. Yep, I recorded it.
Yeah, there's a lot on tape, man. So let's talk about real quick as we end this part of the overreact. Let's talk about what's real, Fish. Go ahead. What you got?
2015.
There you go, man. 10 years.
10 years.
10 years, man. Since for somehow, man, we get them on a east-west type, coin flip. Some reason we're going to Bama. We get them on our, a home and away. First one of the year is in Alabama. I don't know if you remember, Greg. We went to Tuscaloosa last year. We went to Austin last year. We went, to Ole Miss last year. It's like, I mean, bro, for how long can you stay away from Athens? We ain't gonna talk about it this week because I want to get excited next week. But that stadium next Saturday night at 7:30, is going to be something you don't want to deal
Is it a
with. Man.
7:30 game? It's not the
7:30
3:30 game.
No, it's a
Okay,
7:30
thank
game.
God.
It's a night game. You ain't going
Good.
to deal with that crowd at night, man, in Athens.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, you ain't going to deal with it.
It's gonna
Let's
be
talk
nuts.
about what's real though. I mean, we talked about what we overreacted, but what's real? Let's hit it. We'll give it a good 5-minute shot here. Georgia's ability to respond under pressure, even when things look bad. Georgia found ways. Key fourth downs, right? Big plays, composure, and OT. Um, that says a lot about coaching, mental toughness. This is early in the season, man. First game of the year, but for both of these teams in the SEC. But what's real about this, Fish, and what we do need to be concerned about is we can't rely on this week in and week out. This is a long SEC slate, right? I think we need to continue to look at what does it look like for, once again, I think Georgia started fast, but what was different about this year so far has been, Fish, is the defense starting fast.
Yep.
How do you feel about, I mean, we're going to talk more in depth about defense, but like, how did you feel about, did you feel like we were on our heels a little bit? Did you feel like we really didn't know what to look for? Like, how'd you feel about the defense the first few?
Our defense showed their age and lack of experience on Saturday. Plus, I mean, come on, man. Anybody's going to be a little rattled in that environment, man.
Yeah.
Like that's a crazy environment. That's the sixth largest stadium in America.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for football and or I guess period. I don't know, but
Right.
I mean, you got to give them some credit. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, you can't jump all over them or overreact like like us Georgia fans tend to do.
Right. Right.
You know, like and if you watch it and you know a little bit about football, like you can tell these things like are coachable. These are things that we cannot do again. That we won't
Right.
make the same mistake twice, hopefully, kind of a thing. You know, and I'm sure Kirby has probably spent all week with defense. I'm sure that's where he's been, and he was a cornerback, he was a DB, and I'm sure he's coaching these guys up. You know, trying to explain these things to them and showing them
Yeah.
what they did. And I guarantee you, Ellis was on the sideline like, man, I cannot
Yeah.
believe that just happened. And Daniel Harris too, after tipping that ball into what's his name's hands, in
Yeah.
Brazel's hands.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's hitting him. He's just killing himself on the sideline,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, I've
Like, I
eaten my
mean,
words numerous times because I still have so much. Um, I mean, I have faith in Ellis and Daniel Harris and Dalen. I mean, I've just talked about all year how I felt so much better about our cornerbacks, and but
me
we're
too.
gonna have to fix that. And I can tell you that off a bye week this week, I can tell you, I think Monday was a walkthrough. I think we probably did a lot of film session on Monday. Tuesday was probably Bloody Tuesday. We probably got in there and did a mirror session. We did a lot of fixing us on
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday, and I'm sure Wednesday we worked on a lot of things that just expose how we were exposed. I guarantee you there was probably at least 50 to 100 balls that were thrown deep with the jugs machine over shoulders.
Yeah.
We were playing receivers, and we have great receivers. So, and you know, we'll get into it next week more. But I feel like that was a really good receiving core, and but it wasn't a deep receiving core, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And Bama's got Ryan Williams. They got there's a lot of we want to not come in there. I mean, somebody went as far as to say, well, maybe we just kind of didn't want to put how well our cornerbacks played on tape for Bama. And I'm like, okay, bro, that's a little bit over. I'm sure we
There's no
played.
way we.
There's no way. There's
There's
no
no
way.
way we
Like,
gave them 21 points, bro. There's no way we spotted them
no, I
21
mean, a win's a
and
win in
said,
the
all right, we're
SEC.
cool with this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
win's a win in the SEC, man.
No
But
way, dude.
vulnerabilities, obviously deep ball. I think we have to alleviate that. I think
Mm-hmm.
something that will be to our favor against Alabama, and we'll talk about what it may take to win next week. But it's going to be to alleviate big plays and let Ty Simpson get comfortable with a lead. But I
Yeah.
think also we're struggling. And one of the things that's real and not an overreaction, Fish. I didn't think I'd say this time of the year, but I see a lot of guys struggling to get to the passer. I think we are struggling right now to get pressure on the quarterback. Now, granted, we saw pressure against Marshall. The only, I guess, silver lining in this is we saw pressure against Marshall. We saw pressure against Austin Peay, and we did get to the quarterback against those guys. Tennessee tends to be a very quick offense. They don't like to hold the ball a lot. It's either get it out on a deep ball or they like something on the crossing route. They don't want their quarterbacks holding the ball for long. Anyway, that's a silver
Oh yeah.
lining. But I did see us really struggling to get leverage to get to the ball. I mean, I think that would have been something that really helped us on Saturday. I never felt like Joey Aguilar was very uncomfortable. When he was uncomfortable, you see where he went, directly got rid of the ball. Like anything in
Yep.
his face, he immediately got rid of the ball. So,
Yep.
I mean, do you agree? I know we got players that can do it. We talked
No, you're
about them
right.
all
Oh yeah.
all fall, but I feel like we're struggling to get to the quarterback right now.
Yeah, dude. We're not getting pressure off the edge, that's for sure. And against that offense, that hurry up, it's kind of hard to do because plus, if you can't communicate, you can't hear. You're going to be tentative, and you're basically starting on your heels.
Yeah.
So they're not getting set,
Right.
and on their toes. They're back. They're taking a step backwards, or to the side, or they're looking around trying to make sure they know what's going on. And it's all happening so fast. They don't have that extra time, even if it's just 2 or 3 seconds, 4 or 5 seconds, whatever.
Right.
You know that they don't have time to get set, and you
Right.
can't get pressure running off your heels. That's just not
Yeah.
going to work. These
Yeah, I agree.
tackles are fast. These are big, like hopefully probably one day in NFL tackles, offensive linemen,
Yeah.
that we're playing, and these guys are quick and they're ready.
Yeah.
They're boom. As soon as
Yeah.
that ball snap, they're boom, they're up. And if we're hesitating, they're going to murder us, dude. They're not going to let us get to the quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree, man. Well, hey, listen, we're gonna transition overreaction. Huge. I mean, I'm gonna end it with this, man. Like I started it, man. It's a bye week. Put some respect on Kirby Smart's name, man. Put some respect. I mean,
Gunners too.
he continued. Yeah, he was my next one. Get your. Let me phrase this right. Get your mind away from the fact of trusting Gunner. I think is your quarterback. I think he did some things on Saturday in a very hostile environment. I mean, can I just tell you that London Humphreys, that throw right there is probably right now the number one throw catch in college football up to this week. But here's the thing, it wasn't even his best throw. It wasn't his best throw. His best throw was 38-30 when he threw that ball across the middle off his back foot against that blitz. I want to say it was to Colby? I think it was.
Yeah, it
Um,
was Kobe.
that was a throw that he got. It has to, like we talk about arm talent right there. He stays in that pocket. He doesn't. I mean, everybody, all the fans are like, he's. I mean, we even said it, right? We said it's a key to his success moving forward. So if you don't think every week that Gunnar Stockton's going to do what he needs to get better, he did it this week, right? We talked about keeping your eyes downfield a little bit longer, progressions, trusting the line. He trusted the line so long that, I mean, one more. I mean, he took the sack that led to the fumble where I thought might be game, right? 38-30, we take that sack. I
Hmm.
mean, 35-30, we take that
Yep.
sack. I mean, he's
Yep.
trusting his line, but that throw was probably the best throw because if you don't get to that throw, you don't have London's throw. That was fourth down, and he makes that throw, and that was an
Yep.
impressive throw, man. But
It
yeah, man,
was
put some
really
respect
impressive.
on Gunner's name, on Kirby's name, and I think the fans need to shut up and trust these guys right now. And yeah, we got some defensive things we got to work on, but if you're going to talk about something, I think we can finally keep Gunner and Kirby's name out of everybody's mouth. I think we'll be ready for Alabama, and
Yep.
yeah, let's jump in real quick before we're going to do some early expectations of what it's going to take to beat Alabama. But before that, let's talk about key contributions uh, for um, for looking ahead. Players that stood out against Tennessee, obviously Gunnar Stockton, right? 304 yards, 23 for 31, two TDs, ran for a score. Um, and then you had Nate Frazier led the team in rushing, 73 yards on 14 carries. 73 yards in a game that saw four. I mean, we saw four running backs, man. We saw Chauncey, we saw Nate, we saw McCray, obviously. That it was good to see Josh, man. He is a handful to take it down. And it makes me feel kind of bad. I mean, I know I like Josh, but I feel like that's the role that Roderick Robinson has been trying to take on for 2 years. I don't know what's going on there, man. Like it seems like
I
he's
don't
just
either, dude. But I am
constantly
tired of
hurt.
hearing about it, and I'm tired of hoping and waiting on him
Right,
to be who he could have been.
right.
Because he was good, dude.
Yeah,
Like he was great. He was our number two
yeah,
on the game. Like that's how much like hype he
yeah,
had. He was
yeah,
supposed to be that dude. But
yeah,
yeah, I mean his little turf toe or
yeah,
whatever nagging thing has been going on with him. I don't know what it is. I
yeah,
feel like there might be a little more to the story, but I don't know. But
yeah,
thank God we got McCray.
yeah. I like McCray, man. Stuck his head in there. Big kid, big, fast, physical kid. So you got McCray. I love, dude. Chauncey is just sticking his head in there, man. You got the change
Yep.
of pace with Dwight. You got the change of pace
Yep.
with Nate. There's a four-headed monster back there that
Hmm.
I just don't know if Alabama can, any team in the SEC, or for that matter, is going to be able to get ready for just one aspect of the running game. Peyton
Yep.
Woodring, man, big 48-yard kick, but also was just consistent. I mean, it makes you be thankful for Peyton Woodring so far this
Yeah.
year. I mean, anything.
Thank
There's always
goodness.
situations, but
Knock on wood.
he's been consistent as always. Obviously, London Humphreys, big catch in the end zone, 28-yard fourth down fade catch was crucial. Zach Branch, whoa, man. That kid is just electric with the
He's
ball in his
something
hands,
else,
man.
dude. He needs
Electric,
to quit
man. What a
returning punts.
great route. I mean, we wanted that, right, for so many years. Just to have that speedy, really good hands. I mean, to see that
Yep.
2 point conversion was butter, man. So easy,
It
right?
was.
Ran a
Dude, there was
great
nobody
route.
within 5 yards of him.
Yeah. I
Like
think
you
there
could
was,
have caught that ball. I could have caught that ball.
yeah. Yeah, I agree, man. Speed, I think speed tells the tape on that. It's man
Yep.
coverage. They're expecting him to go straight through and to have a full steam of head of steam and to go to the corner, but he makes the break. Great call by Bobo, right? Do you want to give away your main 2 point play, third game of the season? No, but you had to. It worked. Incredible.
Yep.
He's going to be a key guy against Bama. I really think he's going to be a key guy.
Be a
KJ
key guy the
Bolton,
rest of the way.
what's that? Yeah, of course.
I
I
said he's
agree.
going to be a key guy for the whole season. We're going to need him to be healthy. I wish God I don't like him returning punts, but that's just me.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
No, I agree. I agree, man. KJ Bolden, key interception in the second half, man. That was the one where if I had to say, but I told you, I texted you guys and I said, I don't think that was Bobo. I think that was Kirby. We intercept the ball 24-21, and I was like, we got a diagram, man. We got a diagram right here. I think Kirby was more, I think Bobo possibly was like, let's dagger him right here. I think he would have taken a shot. I think Kirby was like, and I thought about it afterwards. I said, what was the silver lining in that one? I think Kirby thought if we can chew some clock here and score, it's over, right? Because you got to think if we chew clock there and we go up 31-21 right there, you're making Tennessee go score with maybe anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes on the clock, right? So he's expecting one of those
Yep, yep,
third quarter, 17 run play type drives, and it didn't happen. I think Tennessee sold out for it. So I think what happened there was, everybody was, dude. I read the threads, man. It was like here's the old Bobo, here's the old, and I was like, I don't think that was Bobo, man. I think that's Kirby going. My mindset is, and I trust Kirby in this one, and I agree with him. I didn't agree with him at the time. I told everybody in my surrounding area, I said that was kill zone time right there.
yep,
But I agree with Kirby. It's like if we run the ball down their throat and take off 5-7 minutes, game's over. He's thinking I can
yep.
take this game right now and dagger them and make them. It's kind of one of those. I shoot. Yeah, let's not talk about that this week. It's kind of one of those where I get rid of you in a slow fashion instead of a quick fashion. But at the end of the
No, that's
day,
what he likes to do.
yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. And then
I mean, that's our
Jonell was
brand.
great to
That's our
see him.
brand.
Yeah, and we're
I'm sorry.
we're
Go
we're
ahead.
definitely imposing it this year. Jonell, big
Yep.
interception. Josh McCray obviously scored the game winning tutty. I was glad they gave it back to him. Man, what a
Me too. He wanted it too. After that first run, he was, come on, come on, come
Can I
on. He
tell
was
you
like,
where
feed me.
Fish? Can I tell you where I peed my leg a little bit was when he extended that ball out. When he extended that ball out,
Oh,
man, and if somebody knocks that ball out, it's over, bro. Like it's over. And
yeah.
so, but to win, to win the big one, you gotta have big boys I'll leave it at that. And we did.
And
And we
and
and so
he's definitely a big boy. Like he did his thing, man. Like that's why he was in there. Kirby
yeah.
knew exactly who needed to be in there for that.
Hmm.
And once the ball breaks the plane, that's it. And it was awesome sitting there. Like we knew what happened before the players and coaches and everybody else because they were looking at replay, and I'm over here screaming, and the game's not over. Everybody's just standing around, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes. And it
Yeah.
was fun.
So
And then
Fish,
just
we're
the
gonna
heartbreak.
yeah, man. We got a bye week this week, obviously, so we don't have to we're not gonna preview Alabama until next week. But I thought it'd be fun to give the listeners and the viewers six things. I got six things that I think is what we need to be really looking at for keys to victory to Bama next week. Early, way too early, keys to victory. Let's hop in them. I'm going to let you comment on each one. I think number one, I think we need to limit big plays, right? We 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 really struggled last year against Alabama to kind of get Ryan Williams over the top. And if you don't think Alabama watched that Tennessee game and were licking their chops, to be like, hey, I mean, they are going to come out and they're going to try to put points on the board early and silence that crowd, right?
You know it.
So limit big plays is my
Yep.
number one. Um, and win the battle in the trenches. I mean, that's a given, man. It's a given any game, but you look at the big battles of our defensive line with their offensive line. But I want to spend some time on this. Let's reverse it. Um, our offensive line, obviously, I mean, when you look at it, I think Ernest Green is having a hard time. I don't think he's really healthy. I'm wondering about Juan. I think Juan's okay. I just think that Kirby didn't see 100%, and I think he knows this is a long season. I think Kirby took. I think Juan could have continued, but I think Kirby goes, "This is a long season," and kind of try to piece something together. But I will tell you something that I really think will help. I think Ernest is in is a lot worse shape than Juan. I think you really need to look at, but I will tell you something. I saw Bo Hughley come in and really do some great
He
things, and
looked not bad, dude.
we know why Bo's not been playing though. Obviously, Bo had some disciplinary issues at the beginning of the year, and Bo was the one that got the arrest or the reckless driving thing, speeding. I mean, we bring it all up all the time, but that's one of the reasons why I think he was in tears after the game. He knew he got his number called. He knew what it felt like to come to Georgia and do something that he came to do, which is turn heads. And he knew. I think they said, look, Ernest doesn't look good. I think Cyril's pulled him, and they put it all on Bo. And Bo was a real reason why some of those drives were able to happen. I don't know if you see Bo.
Yep.
I think we'll work a lot of players out there, but I think Glover. I think DeAndre Glover is our new right guard. I'll tell you what needs to be experimental though is possibly moving Juan to that right tackle position. I really think that'd be a good idea because he played tackle in high school, and I think he's the healthiest
Mhm.
out of Ernest. Out of him and Ernest, I think he's the healthiest, and so I do know that I think this week they will be working out some issues on that right side because I didn't like what I saw in the fourth quarter with that right side. And I mean, I liked what I saw when Bo
Yeah.
got in there, but Ernest didn't look good. Do you agree?
Yeah. Oh no, definitely. Yeah, and I'm glad it's not his blind side.
Right.
Thank
Right.
God, because he's mobile enough to see it coming and kind of, improvise a little bit. But that's also you don't want him getting ran out of the pocket, on a straight up pass play. You want him to get back there, get comfortable, get set, where he can whip it, accurate,
Yeah.
and, with the right amount of velocity. It's hard to do on the run, but Gunner can throw on the run. But I wish he
Right.
didn't have to as much as he had to that game.
Yeah. There's hope there because I think right
Hmm.
now it's weird because we're kind of run blocking better than we're pass blocking, right? Um, in my opinion, I mean, I think we ran for what 267 yards on the ground, something like that. Um, but I think we can
Yeah.
figure it out. I think what you might see against Alabama, what steps out there is a combination of Glover. I think Glover is the right guard. I mean, man, he's looked really good as a true freshman. I mean, geez, man, the future. I mean, we don't like to talk a lot about the future because we're in the present, but the future on the offensive line looks very, very bright.
Yeah.
Bobo and Micah Morris are holding it down. I mean, Mike Bobo right now is. I mean, that kid's probably one of the top three centers in the country right now. I mean, he looks really good. He's doing
Yeah.
some really great things.
He does. He looks really good,
Yeah, I agree.
and
Micah
he's
Morris.
massive.
I mean, Michael Morris is showing why he's the strongest. I mean, he's the strongest guy on the team per every one of the teams. So I think you got to get that right
I'm
side
sure,
looked
yeah.
at, and I think they're going to give Juan some shots at that right side. I would. I mean, if not that, Bo. I mean,
Well,
I
why
think
not?
Ernest has got to get healthy, man. I think Ernest looks like 50%, man. He doesn't look like he's just gotten back to full health. Third thing, tighten
Yeah,
up
no.
critical moments. I mean, you look at mistakes that were made. I do think, Fish, that some of the mistakes were just busts. I think communication was rough, hard to hear in there,
So
making checks,
so hard, yeah.
young on defense, and those checks are so crucial. But obviously, you can't have those types of mistakes. You can't make the defense. I mean, you can't make the offense go out there and try to have to score 44 every game. Not in the SEC. They're too good at defenses along the
Mhm.
SEC. I think weaknesses. Alabama's secondary is. I think you got favorable matchups. And I agree with you that there's talent in Alabama secondary. But I think there's favorable matchups. There's things like the height of our receivers versus those cornerbacks. I think we have great
Mhm.
tight ends that could possibly. I mean, Alabama has great linebackers, but they're really built more, in my opinion, less. They're built less for covering and more for run stopping. I mean, there are a lot of
Yeah,
big.
big
You know, you
time.
got Overton, you got Lawson. I mean, all those guys are built more around run stopping. You know, so I think if we get
Yep.
Delp and them and lucking them out there, make them cover, I think it'd be a different day for them out there. Do you agree?
Mhm. Yeah, I agree. And wear them boys out. So
Mm-hmm.
like in the third, fourth quarter, they can't keep up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we're leaving them. We're getting open. You know, and I think we're going to have some success. Speaking of that, in the run game because Bama's best defensive lineman or whatever should be back for that game, but he's not going to be in shape. You know, he's not going to be
Yeah.
in game shape. Like because
Yeah.
if your legs hurt, you can't train.
Right.
Not like you need to.
Right.
Definitely can't simulate game time like exhaustion.
Right.
And I think like I said, third or fourth quarter, the man's going to be tired, and some things are going to open up for us.
Yeah. I agree. And the last two is I think we leverage. I think I don't know, man. There's just part of me that doesn't worry about Georgia's defense. I mean, I look at Schumann, I look at Kirby having a hand in that. I look at all the coaches that we have that are on the defensive side of the ball. T. Rob. Um, I think I think we're gonna get in there, and I think we have 2 weeks to fix those things. And I'm sure we probably today's Thursday. We probably introduced Alabama today, if I were to guess. And I
Yeah,
think those kids will go home. We'll probably practice Friday, and then they'll let them out of there Friday night. Get to let them home. Those kids haven't gone home since I think July. I think the third week in July. So those guys will get a chance to go home, visit their families for the first time in like 3 months. That'll be cool. Probably get them out Friday afternoon, Saturday, and get them back Sunday evening, weight lift, and then get back in on Monday. But I do think they'll do some Alabama today. But I think identity, like who are we? You know, we need to remain strong in who we are. You know, we are a run stopping team. We play physical, man. We want to get pressure on the quarterback. We want to have explosive plays, and we want to keep Ty Simpson just uneasy, man. I think any
yeah,
quarterback in the nation with a clean pocket all game long is going to be good enough to win football games. So we're going to have to cause some disruption. The last thing is I think tempo and momentum control. I think Georgia, like you said earlier, we do what we do, man. I think we do some hurry up to change the style a little bit to get you out of your, oh well, this is Georgia. They want to bleed you to death, and I mean, I think we lull people to death. If we what we really want to do is lull them to death. We want to go fast pace. We want to get ahead, and then we want to sink them
yeah,
down, and we want to kind of sink our teeth in and just kind of run them down. And I just think
absolutely.
we need to be assertive with that. We need to establish that physicality early. It's going to be a good game. We're gonna preview them next week and talk more in depth about their lineup and what we're expecting, and to give dog fans a little take on it. But before we move to picks, Fish,
Mm.
anything else about just Tennessee? We put Tennessee to bed. Obviously, great game, great win for Georgia. High expectations with Alabama coming in. Hey, we got to get over a hurdle. Go ahead. I mean, all the fans need to be ready. We're going to be picked against because we can't get the monkey off our back. we're going to be picked against because we're just Georgia. Game day's probably going to be there. Nation's probably going to be there. It's a night game. It's Athens, but it's going to be electric, man. But understand that we're going to
Yeah.
be the underdog until we get over the hump. Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to put a complete game together, and we by no means put a complete game together Saturday. We got the dub, yay, but our defense was very, very suspect, and our offense took a big step forward. Our defense took a big step back, you know, stat wise, compared to the first 2 weeks versus Tennessee.
Right.
Um, I mean, we got some work to do.
Yeah.
And we're by no means ready for that gauntlet that we have. I mean, we got them at home, Texas, Bama, Ole Miss, thank God, Florida on the road, which that game's starting to look a lot a lot less difficult every week because more stuff is just happening to Florida.
Yeah.
Florida is just falling apart.
I
And I
don't.
mean, I know we don't want to dive too much into that right now, but Lord.
No, I don't think you see. Let's do it. I don't think you see. I you got Florida has to make this a game this weekend. If they don't,
Oh yeah.
Billy Napier doesn't. His last day is Monday, the whatever you name it. It is. If this game is 2
Yep.
touchdowns or more, and Lagway looks anything like he looked this past weekend, I mean Lagway leads the SEC in interceptions at 6. He threw 5 of them on last Saturday. I mean,
Yeah,
it,
against LSU. Yep.
I mean, yeah.
No, I
I
don't
don't. I
care who
don't.
you are. You can't do that. Like
No.
that's
I mean, a lot of
I
people
mean,
will
he's
question
got
why was he still in the game? Like, why is he still in the game?
yeah,
What's even more
and then
deceiving
that
is
coach.
how in the hell does LSU only win by 10 after they gave you 5 picks?
Yeah, there's a lot to be said about that. Like
Well,
Nussmeyer, something might be wrong with him.
I
You
agree.
know, I don't know what's going on with them. Like he might have an injury that's just Kelly's not putting out there or something. That man does not look like he did last year
Listen, I
or
think
even
you're,
the year before that.
yeah, I agree. I think I think your top 3 or 4 quarterbacks in the SEC right now are nobody besides one of them maybe that anybody would have there right now. I think you're looking at people like DJ Lagway, Lenore Sellers, Arch Manning. They're in my bottom 5 right now as far as productivity. I mean, the top 4 for me are probably
Yep.
Taylor Green, Gunnar Stockton. I think John Mateer is a Heisman candidate right now, and I think Bo Perbula
And
at
old
Missouri is
Aguilar.
doing an incredible job. Aguilar would be my 5th. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
he
I
is
agree. I
playing
think
good.
those are the top.
Mm.
But if you look at those 5, Aguilar was somebody everybody was questionable about. I think Stockton started in the top 10 or 11. He was 10 or 11 in a lot of people's
He was like
list of
11th. He
quarterbacks.
was 11th. Yeah.
Yeah, Taylor Green was
Yeah.
a person that they had a lot of high hopes for. But I mean, Arkansas. Arkansas will be better this year, but their defense is absolutely abysmal, dude. Absolutely horrible.
It
And then
is.
you look at Bo Perbula. Everybody was like, if Bo Perbula can perform, Missouri will be good, and he has so far. That's why Missouri, I think, has done a really good job. And then, I mean, we all know what John Mateer. I think John Mateer is going to face his biggest challenge this weekend against Auburn. So, but none of those big names are in
Hmm.
those top 5. They're just not there, man. I mean, let's
Nope.
include in that. I mean, DJ Lagway, you got Arch Manning, you got Sellers,
Yep.
and then I mean, let's not
Yep.
let's not forget that like Ole Miss doesn't have a quarterback, and that's I mean they got this. I don't know the guy's name, but Austin, what's his last? I don't. He's not there right now. I mean, there's
Is it
just a lot of
Williams? I think.
there's just a lot of questions at these
Yeah, he got
quarterbacks
hurt.
that were going to be at the top of this list, and so all right, Fish, let's
Yeah,
pick the
I
games.
love it when stuff like that happens, dude.
Yeah, where we look and go. I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean,
Georgia fans were just
where
kind of silent, right?
the
We knew what we
unexpected.
were coming in with.
That's what I love about. That's what I love about college football, dude. The unexpected happens all the time.
Rudy, man,
I love it when all the talking heads are wrong. Yeah.
Rudy, bro. All right, let's do it, man.
Rudy.
They're not even ranked. 12 o'clock, ABC, Arkansas 2-1, Memphis 3-0. Before I pick, I will tell you this: if Arkansas loses this game, Sam Pittman does not come home on the bus. He's gone. I'm going to make the prediction. I'm going to call it here.
Yeah.
You can't get beat by Memphis. and survive. This defense is horrible. Taylor Green is the most electric quarterback, not only in SEC but college football. But if you can't put something together and beat Memphis, it doesn't get any easier. So Arkansas is 7.5-point favorites. Who you got, Fish?
No, I think Arkansas will cover. I think it'll be something like 48-28 or something like that. I think they'll outscore them, and
That's more
Memphis
than
will
cover.
just get tired in the third, fourth quarter, second half. Yeah.
This is I agree. This is the Taylor
Blue
Green
pig.
show. He'll have to just score more than Memphis scores. But
Yep.
but it's the Taylor Green show. He won't allow this to happen. 12 o'clock game. If you put it more towards 3:30 or the end of the night, and you give me like that upset scenario, that setting, as they call it, set the table correctly. Yeah, I might pick Memphis in this one, but 12
Yep.
o'clock, I think it evens the playing field. Number 15, Tennessee gets UAB at 12:45. SEC Network. Tennessee favored by 38.5. Who do you got, Fish?
Lord.
38.
I'll take Tennessee.
Yeah, I mean, I got Tennessee.
Yeah.
You give them the 38.5. Think they're gonna be pissed?
After what I saw, sure.
UAB, man. I mean,
Maybe.
UAB's a little bit better.
Aguilar
but,
might go out there and throw for 400.
Yeah, I'm maybe. I mean, they're definitely.
They are. UAB's not terrible.
No, they're not. But they're Trent Dilfer, right? Dilfer's still
Isn't that what's his name's team? Trent Dilfer's team.
there.
Yeah.
Trent Dilfer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
think
agree with you.
Dilfer's
I
still
think
there.
Tennessee wins. I don't know if they cover though. That's steep. I think Tennessee probably gets out of that game quick. If they do get up, they back away because I think Tennessee gets Ole Miss the following weekend, and they probably, we'll see how that one goes. Northern Illinois goes into Mississippi State. Man, if I told you that Mississippi State had the opportunity to be 4-0 to start the season, would you have believed that? Mississippi State getting 21.5
Dude,
at home.
I'm picking Mississippi State in every game until they lose. Every game.
Wow.
Until they lose. I'm picking them in every game.
I think they
I'll just go ahead and let you know
definitely
my
win this
spoiler
game.
alert for the rest of the year.
Blake Shapen has looked like a man amongst boys. I mean, everybody was like, well, what's Blake
Dude.
Shapen doing in the first game? They were doing what Kirby Smart in Georgia was doing. They were running the football, man, because they know where their
Yep.
bread and butter is, but they were trying to show that they could run the ball. They wanted to get something on tape because what they really want to do is throw the ball. So I agree with you, man. Mississippi State wins this one very easily. Vanderbilt, number 20, the Fighting Diego Pavias. Man, big upset win last weekend, right? Vanderbilt
Yes.
knocks off South Carolina. They got Georgia State coming in. This was a tough game for them last year. They lost this game on the road. Do you remember?
Oh, I hear them. They're talking revenge game. This is part of their revenge tour this year. Georgia State is on Vanderbilt's revenge.
28.5. I
That's so
think
funny.
at home. I
So
mean,
funny
I
to me.
can't tell you this. It's 7:30 crowd, man. Do they have the? I haven't checked yet. The scoreboard's hung back up. That's still to be continued.
I have not seen. I haven't yet either.
The Fighting Diego Pavias. Who wins? Who wins, Fish?
The Fighting Diego Pavia. Well, of course, I'm picking Vandy. I think they're on some sort of weird, just fate-driven season. I mean, how many teams that play South Carolina this year will be fortunate enough for Sellers and Nick Harbor to leave the game with minor injuries, unable to come back? I mean, that was just luck. I think the game turns out Vandy may sneak away with the dub, but I feel like that sucked all the momentum and all the air out of the fans' sails. And, I think they probably played Sandstorm twice in the second half,
Yeah.
And that's their main, pump up
That's
hype
crazy.
song. It was hard to watch, dude.
Yeah.
It really was.
Fighting Diego Pavias. That's crazy, man. Yeah, I got
Yes,
Vanderbilt too. They probably cover too, man. I mean, Clark Lee, this has been a silent. I picked Vandy to be middle of the tier. I mean, Pavi is a top 7, 8, probably top 6 quarterback in the SEC for me right now. And just newsflash,
so too.
I got Arch Manning, Lenore Sellers, and DJ Lagway in my bottom, like 4. Arch Manning looks terrible right now.
Yep.
Speaking of Arch Manning, Texas, Sam Houston, 8 o'clock. In Austin, another game for them to figure out if they can actually live up to the hype. They play 0-3 Sam Houston, 39.5-point favorites. The way it's been going, man, I might want to take the under on this, right? I might want to really think 51.5 points, man. This might be a 17-10 game. What do you think? Who wins this game, Fish?
No crap. Texas, but when are they going to play somebody? Like, who plays all their cupcakes 3 in a row? Okay, yes, you went to Columbus, and yes, you played Ohio State first game of the season. Congratulations, good for you. You know, you're not the only team that's ever went on the road and played a tough game week 1. So I don't know why that matters now. It doesn't matter. Who cares? Arch went out there, laid an egg, and that's not why they lost. But but the past 3 weeks, dude, it's just been nothing.
Doesn't
Like,
Texas
who are they
kind of
playing?
remind
Like,
you?
Where is Texas at?
Then they kind of remind you of like Iowa. Like, they got a great defense.
Yeah.
But the offense just can't freaking get out of their own way right now. Like, it's wild. And Sarkisian is an offensive guy. Wild, man. Wild.
But who, I want to know, and like you said, he might be hurt. And you could be right, but man, his throwing motion is horrible.
Well, there's a whole thing going around about,
and he's running out
his reaction a couple weeks ago when he threw the ball and he kind of twinged. And, Sarkisian, I think I mentioned this last week. Sarkisian, in the press conference goes, well, you probably strained on the toilet, but I don't ask you what's wrong with you or some stupid crap like that. And I'm like, tell me you're not covering something up without telling me you're not covering something up, right? So, Sarkisian, when he has to go to the pooper, man, like, that's wild. Texas wins, man, but anybody and their mama needs to make sure and get 39.5, no way they cover.
Is it an impossible situation too? Like, was there so much hype that even if Arch had a broken leg, would he still have to go out there and play?
Way too much hype, man.
Like, is Sark just in an impossible situation because of all the hype and all the expectations and everything? Does he have to play? Would he not play him if his name was Smith versus Manning? Would he? Okay, my starter's hurt. Even if Arch was still the starter, if he wasn't a Manning, but he was still the starter. Would Sark still be playing him? Because Arch is apparently something's so wrong, he has to change his mechanics. He's throwing the ball sidearm. I don't care what you say, that's new.
Yeah.
That man was not throwing the ball sidearm last year. He sure was not.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. Very interesting.
By the way, Texas wins. Sorry if I missed my pick.
Texas definitely wins. Right. They don't cover though, and they play. I don't know if they play Billy Napier or not the following week. It's the next game of Billy Napier's daunting schedule. They got Texas, but they got them in home in the swamp. But here's the thing, and this is how crazy college football is. I was thinking about this past week. I was like, what if Florida goes in, beats Miami, right? Game day's there. They get their crap together, beat Miami. And next thing you know, here you are, Texas and Florida in the swamp, and Billy wins. Billy wins against Miami and Texas. I don't care if he loses the rest of the games in the year. He keeps his job. It's wild, man. We're not going to talk about that yet because it's going to happen next week. But Southeastern Louisiana goes into LSU. Man, talk about another disappointing offense, right? Nussmeier and Brian Kelly choose out another reporter about the offense and things. Brian Kelly's a little chippy right now. He had to apologize on Monday. No spread in this one. I guess they're assuming that LSU's offense is going to show up. So who you got, Fish? LSU, another home game down there in Death Valley.
I don't know much about Southeast Louisiana, but this feels like it could be one of those, where the top 5 team struggles and squeaks by like 15 or 20 when they were supposed to win by like 40. Like Georgia, Austin Peay, Texas, whoever they played last week.
Right.
Auburn even didn't look great against Ball State. It was only 31-16.
Right.
Or 31-15, excuse me.
I'll step out there.
But yeah, give me
LSU wins.
Sorry.
I don't know how many they win by, but the offense is just not seen. I haven't seen them like what. right now they got a win against Clemson, but that's proven to be possibly not a great win. I don't know.
Easy.
Um, LSU wins, but geez, man, the offense has been just
Big time.
really hard to watch, in my opinion.
Uh-huh.
Florida goes into Miami. Game day is there, 7:30 ABC. Miami is getting 9.5 points. Carson Beck gets some SEC revenge tour action going on. This will be his first game against an SEC team this year. What do you think happens, Fish?
Yeah.
And tell me who wins.
No, well, it won't be the first time Carson's ever beat Florida.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I've seen Miami play, and I watched them bully Notre Dame. That offensive line is legit.
Yeah.
Those are some men against boys. You know, I don't know about the other side of the ball. The defensive line and linebacker. They didn't look bad either, but that offensive line is going to give Beck all kinds of time to throw the ball. And if you can't get a pass rush on him to make him a little nervous, to make him hurry up and maybe make a mistake, here or there, then there's no chance.
Yeah.
He'll pick them apart, and they're definitely going to outscore him if DJ's going to go out there and throw 5 more interceptions.
Yeah. So I think you got Miami. You got Miami.
Give me Miami by 14. Yeah, give me Miami by 14.
Yeah, no, Florida knows Billy Napier's job's on the line. They got to play this game. I think Lagway comes out of his shoes. Florida gets it together. They hand the ball off to Jaden Ball, and Florida gets an upset, man. And people are going to be like, "You're full of crap," but let's be full of crap, man. I mean, there's not too many. I'm telling you, right now, Florida's playing for Napier's job. He will not be.
Where's this game at? Is it Hard Rock or
this game is
Ben
in
Hill
Hard Rock?
Griffith?
Is in Hard Rock.
Okay.
But Hard Rock is no. I mean, there ain't no home atmosphere there. My thing is this: Miami versus an SEC. I like Florida's defense. I mean, damn, dude. Yeah. They gave away. They gave up 20 points on 5 picks. Florida's defense is going to give Beck a lot of problems. It's going to come down to, can Florida just score? Can Florida score? And I think Billy's playing for his life on this game. I don't think you see. I don't. Here's my thing. He walked out of that stadium to heavy boos, heavy criticism, a lot of horrible name calling to him. He will not walk out of the swamp against his next week opponent, which is Texas. If he has lost against Miami, they won't give him that opportunity again. They're not going to start the season out like they are and not be able to ride the pony of, well, hey, it was Napier. We got rid of Napier. We're going to do the best we can for the rest of the year. That gives them a bye the rest of the year. Texas, that's what'll happen. They're playing for Billy Napier's job on Saturday. He has the hottest seat right now. Him and Pittman have the hottest seat, and the more likelihood of the one that's coming back not on the bus is going to be Billy Napier. That's why I'm calling upset there. My upset would have been Memphis, but I just don't think they can get it done. But I do think Florida has the talent to get it done. It's just, can Billy Napier get it out of the way, and can DJ Lagway, maybe he's still hurt. Hell, I don't know. Last 3 games that we're going to pick, though, a couple out of the SEC. Illinois, man, big game. Number 9 Illinois going into Indiana, 3-0s versus 3-0. Right now, Illinois 6.5 at home, a night game in the Big Ten. I don't know if I might have thrown a curveball to you, Fish, but who you got in this one?
Oh, no. I hope Illinois runs out there and just runs up the scoreboard. I am not a fan of that Indiana coach.
Yep.
He talks
I agree with you on that one.
Too much smack, dude. Because he needs to get brought back down to earth.
I agree.
He's not getting the dub this year. This is the highest ranked team they've played other than their playoff game last year. They did not play a team that was ranked anywhere near top 10 last year until the playoff. So, give me Illinois all day. Nice.
Michigan, number 21 Michigan, 2-1. It goes into Nebraska. Is this the win for Raiola and Nebraska that puts them back into Big Ten contention, gives them the opportunity to be in Big Ten. I think this is a big game for Nebraska, Fish. If they go 4-0, this gives them talk now of, is Nebraska back? Has they finally figured it out? Michigan, slight 1.5 point favorite. Who you think wins this game?
Give me Michigan, because I don't think Nebraska can get it done. I think Michigan's got a good enough team, and that quarterback has gotten a little more experience, going into Norman and having that whole experience, right? Playing in a tough environment on the road. I think that helped him out a lot. I think he might have grown up a little bit, even though they lost. So I think they're going to go in. I think they're going to be absolutely ready to play. And Matt Rule sucks, so let's go.
Matt Rule, man. All right, 2 more and then the big game. USC. USC has started out 3-0. USC gets a big game, 11 o'clock, big noon kickoff. Michigan State also started out 3-0. Are they getting themselves back together? So this is a test, but 18.5 for USC to be at home, 11 o'clock, really late game on Fox that night. Who do you think wins, Fish?
I feel like this is one of those season-defining who's legit and who's not games. Both teams have started off better than they might have expected. I know Michigan State did, but give me USC just because of the fact I'm taking them at home.
Yeah, I got USC
probably
too.
the only
Late game, Coliseum. They got a lot to prove. I think it's another team that Lincoln Riley, I think, there's not hot seat talk. I mean, he has a huge buyout, and I think he will be there until the cows come home, because if they buy him out, they have no NIL money. So, last two, Missouri, shocking Missouri, 3-0 is at home against we don't really know if it's Lenore Sellers or not. I think this game changes if it is Lenore's. I think you will see Lenore Sellers. But right now, Missouri getting 6.5. 8.5. This would derail South Carolina's season tremendously if they start out 2-2. Right? Not expected. I think everybody expected South Carolina to be probably 3-0, 4-0 going into this game. But different Missouri team. They've been able to run the football, but Brabula is the most, as of stat wise, the most efficient passer in the SEC right now. Fish, who do you got? This is a 7 o'clock game on ESPN.
I want South Carolina to win so bad. I'm not a big Drinkwitz fan. I do like Shane Beamer more than Drinkwitz. I think he's a better coach. I think Drinkwitz is just the beneficiary of a super duper easy schedule. I think this is going to be one of those games. I know I picked him to lose this game in one of our preview shows before the season started. Because, well, of course, South Carolina was a top 12 team at the time too. But I think the QB is good. I think not Lagway, but Sellers plays.
Yeah.
And I think he has a way better game. And I know Harbor's playing, so I think they're gonna take out some of that frustration from that Vandy game on Missouri.
I agree, man. I'm with you.
I think Beamer Missouri really is. I
think Beamer and Sellers. I think Sellers plays. I think Sellers gives a look to this Missouri defense they haven't seen all year. I think South Carolina is playing kind of knowing it's going to be very hard to salvage a season if they lose to Missouri and they're 2-2 with still some very, very important games on their schedule. Yep. So I think Beamer has these guys playing with a lot of intensity. And I think Sellers has a game. He hasn't had one this year. I think he maybe got some sense knocked into him. No pun intended, with the concussion. But I do think South Carolina does win this game as well. And what it looks like is an upset. I think South Carolina being able to get some pressure on Prabula will be big. But it's something that South Carolina couldn't do against.
An upset to South Carolina.
What's that?
I said it won't be an upset to South Carolina. I think them boys expect to win.
Yeah.
I think to the nation it'll look like an upset as far as like the rankings and stuff are concerned. But
yeah,
to South Carolina, they know they're going to win this game. Guarantee you.
Yeah.
They're
I mean,
walking
if it
into
was
that
Diego
stadium confident.
Pavia last week, I think. I mean, I don't know, man. I picked South Carolina last week. I never thought that they were coming and doing that. Game day. I'm sorry, not
Nobody
game
would have
day.
thought Vandy was
Yeah.
going to do that.
SEC Nation will be at Norman, Oklahoma, 3:30. Oklahoma ranked number 11, Auburn ranked 22nd, both teams 3-0. This is the big game on slate. Possibly would have been the game day game, but I think 2 times coming to Norman in a 3-week span would not happen. And so, John Mateer, Jackson Arnold. I think Jackson Arnold's legs have looked really good this year, but we have yet to see what this secondary can do against a Heisman-type quarterback in John Mateer. And we've yet to see Auburn face a defense like I think that I think Oklahoma will be able to try to make Jackson Arnold one-dimensional and try to make him have to throw to win the game instead of run to win the game. And so that's huge. But Oklahoma is a 7.5-point favorite right now. Fish, who you got in this game, and what do you think? Let's throw a score out there.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, happy wife, happy life. Give me War Damn Tiger or War Damn Eagle, whatever they say.
A Tigral.
That's an inside joke between her and I. When she watches it, she'll get it. Yeah. So give me Auburn. The defense better learn how to tackle. They better had their tackling woes and concerns way taken care of. And Jackson Arnold has got to get the ball to number 8 or number 18. What number is he? The wide receiver, the Campbell, I think his last name is Campbell or whatever his name is.
You talking about Cam?
What's his name? Cam. Yeah, the wide receiver.
Yeah, I forget
the
last name.
The all SEC wide receiver. God, I'm
Cam
drawing a blank on his name right now.
Cam Coleman.
There you go, Cam Coleman. Yeah, better get him the ball. Get that man the ball. Get the ball to your playmakers, and pray your defense is tackling right. And I think they do have a good enough team. They definitely have enough talent to win this game. Give me 31-27. Auburn.
Auburn goes in and beats Oklahoma at home. Man,
yep.
That's big
he
time,
looks like a genius.
That's definitely happy wife, happy life. I can't. Okay, yeah. First off, this game is crucial for. I'm gonna tell you some reasons. I feel like the first heat from this season that either one of these coaches will take will come after this game, whether it be Auburn losing to Oklahoma or Oklahoma losing to Auburn, because Brent Venables has thrown the kitchen sink out there in NIL, revamped his offense, brought in John Mateer, brought in Arbuckle from Washington State, and has they've had a good defense. I think the defense might be a little bit better than last year, right? Obviously, Hugh Freeze, Jackson Arnold.
I think so too.
I think they've had a lackluster couple performances against some teams that were not that great. But then again, I think that tends to happen sometimes. You tend to wonder nowadays, what are coaches willing to put on tape? Are they trying to take those opportunities to play a lot of young players? I think it's kind of all the above. But I do think that this game, immediately after it's over, the opposing team starts to draw a lot of attention towards a hotter seat, right? Because then Auburn obviously gets, I don't know who they get the following weekend, and they get Georgia at home, and then Oklahoma goes into a little bit of a daunting schedule as well, playing Florida, Texas, and a couple other teams. So I think this is a crucial game for both of them. I think right now Mateer is performing at a high level. I think this defense and Brent Venables is going to be able to make Jackson Arnold one-dimensional, and I think Oklahoma wins this game. I think that this is going to be a tough one. It's going to be close. I think it could come down to special teams. I think if Auburn can get some turnovers, can get some special teams. I don't know though if two teams play perfect. I don't see Auburn winning that game. When I say perfect, they don't turn the ball over. If one team controls the game how they want to control it, I think talent alone and just where these teams are at, I think I give Oklahoma a little bit of the, but now it is one of those things where if Mateer presents some turnovers and this defense can't can't stop Jackson Arnold from doing what he likes to do, yeah, it gets weird really quick, and that's where Auburn, I think, does have an opportunity to win. But give me Oklahoma. Give me Oklahoma in a. I think this is going to be an exciting game. I feel like it's a, what did you call it, 31-27? Is that what you called? I like that. I like a 34-31. And maybe Oklahoma gets a field goal. Maybe it's 31-31 OT, and there's a field goal somewhere. And I think some madness is going to happen, man. And you know, for you, I hope it goes your way. For happy wife, happy life. But Fish, always good, man. Always awesome to get together for our weekly show. If you have not already done so, please go and like and follow us on all the major podcasting networks: Spotify, Facebook, TikTok, Apple Podcasts. And 24 hours later, we are on Apple Podcasts, the full show, full episode. So make sure you can go check it out. And then can't wait next week. We're going to watch some college football games without sweating it out this weekend. And then get ready for Alabama next week. Any final words, Fish?
After last week, dude, games this week for Bama. Not gonna lie. Doesn't mean I'm afraid of them. Just means I respect them. And we got some dings and some, some dents in the frame. So we need to get those knocked out and buffed out and all shined up and ready to go.
Yeah, I agree. Well, that's it for us this week, folks. We look forward to a great weekend of college football, watching some games, seeing how it all falls. Then we'll get ready for next week, Georgia versus Alabama. Thank you so much for joining, and as always, looking forward to next week. But for this week, on Dogs Down South, go Dogs.